Life is a moderately good play, with a badly written third act. Finishing a book is just like you took a child out in the backyard and shot it. Sometimes, when I think how good my books can be, I can hardly breathe. You can't blame the writer for what the characters say. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Fame is only good for one thing. They will cash your check in a small town. It may be normal, darling, but I'd rather be natural. Anyone who ever gave you confidence, you owe them a lot. I don't want to own anything until I find a place where me and things go together. Aprils have never meant much to me. Autumns seem that season of beginning, spring. More tears are shed over answered prayers than unanswered ones. It's better to look at the sky than live there. Such an empty place, so vague. Just a country where the thunder goes. You can love somebody without it being like that. You keep them a stranger who's a friend. Home is where you feel at home. I'm still looking. You can't give your heart to a wild thing. To me, the greatest pleasure of writing is not what it's about, but the music the words make. I don't care what anybody says about me, as long as it isn't true. Don't wanna sleep. Don't wanna die. Just wanna go a-travelin' through the pastures of the sky. I told you, you can make yourself love anybody. It is no shame to have a dirty face. The shame comes when you keep it dirty. We don't belong to each other. He's an independent, and so am I. It should take you about 4 seconds to walk from here to the door. I'll give you 2. I'll never get used to anything. Anybody that does, they might as well be dead. Imagination, of course, can open any door. Turn the key and let terror walk right in. You're wonderful. Unique. I love you. Love should be allowed. I'm all for it. Now that I've got a pretty good idea what it is, there is only one unpardonable sin: deliberate cruelty. All else can be forgiven. There are certain shades of limelight that can wreck a girl's complexion. A conversation is a dialogue, not a monologue. That's why there are so few good conversations. Due to scarcity, two intelligent talkers seldom meet. The wind is us. It gathers and remembers all our voices, then sends them talking and telling through the leaves and the fields. Wrinkles and bones, white hair and diamonds, I can't wait. Young men think old men are fools, but old men know young men are fools. She had only one flaw. She was perfect. Otherwise she was perfect. It is easy to ignore the rain. If you have a raincoat. I despise people who can't control themselves. Have you never heard what the wise man say? All of the future exists in the past. Our real fears are the sounds of footsteps walking in the corridors of our minds, and the anxieties, the phantom floatings, they create. Still, when all is said, somewhere one must belong. Even the soaring falcon returns to its master's wrist. You don't run out on people. You run out on yourself. Dizzy with excitement is no mere phrase. I believe more in the scissors than I do in the pencil. The problem with living outside the law is that you no longer have its protection. The enemy was anyone who was someone he wanted to be, or who had anything he wanted to have. I thought of the future and spoke of the past. Be anything but a coward, a pretender, an emotional crook, a whore. I'd rather have cancer than a dishonest heart. Think of nothing things. Think of wind. Those fellows, they're always crying over killers. Never a thought for the victims. It is very seldom that a person loves anyone they cannot in some way envy. A beautiful day with the buoyancy of a bird. The answer is good things only happen to you if you're good. Never love a wild thing. If you let yourself love a wild thing, you'll end up looking at the sky